Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like what? Those are painful for my postpartum care, and they are the best things ever. Like I even want to. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hi and a big welcome. My name is Theriso, and yeah, welcome to another video. As you guys can see by the title of the video, this is my postpartum update slash like my whole entire postpartum experience. I wanted to wait until my 6-week appointment, but then the lockdown kind of hit pretty hard and didn't really calm down, so I decided not to go to my 6-week appointment, and because and honestly, I really like that 6-week appointment when I was speaking to my mom and just my doctor on WhatsApp. Is just really just for birth control afterwards, and just if I have any worries or anything like that, and which I didn't, and I went pretty regularly after I gave birth to the doctor's office, because I was just in like I just could walk like for a while. So if you're new to my channel or you kind of missed the whole birth thing and everything like that, I am 23 years old. I just had my first child, an amazing little beautiful little monster, little stinkers. Yeah, and I had her through a C-section. It was an emergency C-section. I did not plan it at all, and I was in labor for 10 days. Yeah, fun times. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys my postpartum, where I ended off and everything. So I had my emergency C-section, and like when I got out there pretty quickly, like I want to say pretty quickly, like I want to say like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I started feeling my legs, like when I was just back into the recovery room. There were a little bit of complications with my emergency C-section. My heart kind of gave them a little bit of a problem, but not too much because clearly I'm here. So yeah, there's that. My first week, okay, the first night I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. I was walking around, I was like, it was okay, it was like uncomfortable and it was like painful, but I was on pain meds, and I think at that point, I don't know what injection they were giving me, but I was on pain meds, and everything was great. Everyone was hunky-dory. Like even the nurse was like, oh yay, oh she's walking, you're a very good patient, but no, I was like, okay, cool, okay, this is not as bad as like they said. And I made sure to walk all the time, because I heard so many horror stories from my mom. From my mom, I heard so many horror stories about just a C-section and what could happen to just your nerves, and like it's just like, yeah, I heard a lot of horror stories. So I made sure that I'm gonna walk, drink my water, and I was also very concerned and very cautious with the pain meds. So I didn't take the pain meds every single time I felt pain. Like I knew like when it comes to pain meds, like you can get addicted to that, and I was just like kind of scared of that, number one. Number two, the sooner that you get used to the pain, the better it's gonna be. Not used to the pain, but like if you just go through it, it's gonna just be much better from my past experiences. For my postpartum care, so that's how I felt after giving birth. I felt very much okay. And then the next day, that's when it kind of like hit me. No, actually it didn't hit me. The next day didn't hit me. The 3 days stay at the hospital didn't really hit me that much. I was walking. I wasn't walking like I walk now, but I was definitely walking. And as soon as I got home, that's when it hit me. I think the second day, I could not get out of bed. I was in so much pain, I couldn't walk. I was like walking like a little bit, like steps here and there, but like I generally could not walk. I would hold onto the wall. I couldn't walk to the bathroom. My bathroom was really close to my bedroom, so that was a huge thing. I was drinking those paracetamols like there was no tomorrow. And it was just like very tough. Like it was just really tough not being peeing, but like it's so painful to pee. I remember, oh my gosh, peeing was, this is TMI by the way, but like peeing was just so painful, so painful. Like I was in tears all the time, and at the same time my daughter hadn't been breastfeeding. My milk, I was struggling with my milk supply and my milk just coming in, because with the C-section it doesn't come in like as quickly as it does with your natural birth. And I really wanted to breastfeed. Like breastfeeding was my number one thing, and that just didn't happen for me or for us for like 4-5 days, no, actually 6 days. So she was on formula. I got my milk supply within 4 days. I got my milk supply, and the last 2 days of the 6 days she just didn't want to like drink from me, and it was just like horrible, because like I just felt rejected. So now imagine your daughter rejecting you, and I was just crying, and my mom was just like helping me out with that. And then she latched on, and then she started breastfeeding, and then the afterbirth contractions happened. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like what? Those were painful. Those were really painful, and I didn't go through like normal contractions when I was in labor for 10 days. So it was like my first time like feeling contractions, and it was very low contractions, but I was just like, if this is 0, I can only imagine 10. So I couldn't walk. They stitched me, I think they did, yeah, she did a double stitching on me. It was very important for me to know what kind of stitching she did, because the chances of her birthing my next child are very slim, and I want to do a VBAC for my next child. So it's important to know what type of stitching and get it in writing, so that the next doctor can approve your VBAC. I don't want any problems with that. So she did a double stitching on me, and I was told to come back a week later to get the stitches removed, or 2 weeks later, a week or 2 weeks later, to get the stitches removed, or just for like a checkup. They are stitches that do dissolve, but mine didn't dissolve. My stitches were too tight. Like the second lot of stitches were too tight, and that's why I couldn't really walk. As soon as she took that stitch out, I could walk. I could do, like, I was fine. Like I recovered like this. Like it was just, I could even pee, my nigga. Like it was just a whole deal. So that's just how I felt, and that's just like the pain and just what happened and what I went through after giving birth. Okay, so in terms of the postpartum care, I made sure, I knew from the get-go, I knew before I gave birth, when I was packing my hospital bag, that I am not a pad person. Like I'm a pad person in general, but with this, like I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna be concerned about changing my pad like every 2 seconds. It's just a lot of work, a lot of admin. It'll be easier just to put something on and then just keep it pushing. And so I went with adult diapers for my postpartum care, and they are the best things ever. Like I even want to use them for like my period stuff. They're the best thing. It's like a panty. Like you literally just put it on and you're good, my guy. Like you're good. So I bled right away. Actually, I bled right away till like maybe 6 days afterwards. So I bled for like maybe I bled for like maybe six days, and that was that. First started back up in March. No, in March. When was she born? January. Okay. So February I didn't have my period. March my period started coming back up. Now it's April, and I'm on my period as we're speaking. So yeah, my periods only skipped out 1 month. And I only bled for like, I want to say 6 days, but I'm pretty sure it's just 4 days of just like being on my period and everything. There were like clots that came out, which was very good. And before they came out, it was like a process. It was like a process. It was just painful. You just need to change your dressing once from the hospital, or that's what my doctor told me to do, and I did that, and then just let it breathe. My C-section scar is invisible. Like I don't usually scar, but I would think after baby coming out that a scar would form or anything like or something like that. But nope, that didn't happen at all. I was very lucky with that, like from the get-go. I think from like 2 days from when I could see my C-section, and my mom also checked C-section scar, it was not there at all. I didn't really mind it being there or anything like that. My stomach was incredibly dark though. It was incredibly dark, and my stretch marks were black. Like it was just still like my body didn't return to how it used to be. It will never return to how it used to be, but like in terms of stretch marks and coloring and discoloration, it's been there till like maybe today. Like today I can say like, okay, well, it's getting better now, and I'm now 3 months postpartum. 3 months postpartum. Okay, the 6 weeks day, emotionally, my hormones had stabilized and I could feel it. I could tell the difference. I was not so hot and bothered all the time and irritable. I just started coming back and started feeling like myself again. I didn't have postpartum depression or anything like that, but I definitely was not Theriso like Theriso, and I only started becoming Theriso like after 6 weeks, when I was like, oh my gosh, makeup, and oh my gosh, my hair, and like, you know, oh my gosh, school. Like that's when I started like properly coming back to my senses, I want to say, like at the 6 week thing. So it is, those first 6 weeks are very crucial for everyone around you to understand that you're not completely yourself until those 6 weeks. Yeah, so my recommendations would be get a diaper. Don't even think twice about it. I went through like maybe a pack of 6 or 12. No, I went through like maybe 8 diapers my whole period session, for the 4 days or whatever. I had diapers at the hospital as well, but these ones were like nice, because they were like adult diapers, nice hugging. Also, after C-section, it is like advised not to bind your stomach until 8 weeks, and I didn't do that. I still don't do that right now, and my stomach went back to how it is or how it was. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. If this video was everywhere, I do apologize. I didn't write a list. Yeah, I didn't have time to write a list. I didn't have a list or anything like that, but that's basically it.